Members of a litter picking group complete a litter pick every month. Members' names are stored in one-dimensional array, picker name. So basically what they want to tell us is that the people who are picking up litter, their names are going to be stored in the 1D array picker name, and the weight they have collected is going to be stored in the array picked weight. And there's one rule or a validation when you input the weight. For example, if you are inputting a weight of 8.4, it should be only of one decimal place. You can't put 8.42 or just 8. It needs to have one decimal place at least. So we can use the library routine round to meet this requirement. And one more thing to note is that whatever position you put your name is the same position a person's weight is going to be there. So it is adjacent to each other. And every month, two of the most heaviest weights, they're given a small prize. And to people who collected over 3 kilograms, they are given certificates. So we need to store this data. And we need to output the two people in the variable best in group and second best in group. And the people who collected over 3 kilograms, you need to store them in the picker certificate array. And a message is outputted which tells us the number of certificates that are needed to be printed. So first I started with a for loop because we don't know the number of people that they are in the array because the question did not tell us. So I just put 1, 2 length picker name, which is basically the number of data or values that are stored in that array. So let's say there are 20 names. That means length picker name is going to give you 20. So 1 to 20. And the loop is going to iterate 20 times. Then I use the repeat loop to meet my requirement of the weight that is input is of one decimal place. So repeat, output enter the weight picked, input picked weight is stored in the pick, which is the index. And until round pick weight is comma 1, which means it is rounded to one decimal place, until it is rounded to one decimal place and both the values are equal to each other. Let's say the value entered were 8.42. If you round this value to one decimal place, it's going to be 8.4. Now they match each other and check if 8.42 is equal to 8.4. If it is true, then it does not repeat. It comes out of the loop and goes on to the next code. But if it does not match, which is in our case, because 8.42 is not equal to 8.4, it will iterate again and ask the user to input the value again. So in this way, all of the weights are entered into the 1D array picked weight and is also validated. And we have met our first requirement. So now for the next code, I've initialized temp as 0 and temp2 as 0. Remember always, if you're introducing a variable of your own, always initialize it or give it some value. So I've used the for loop concept again, which is index becomes 1 to length picker name minus 1, but this time I used minus 1. This is because we are using the bubble sort method and we can't really compare the last number with the number after it. There is no number after it. So that's why you minus 1. If you're using 0 as the first value, as in 0 to length picker name, then you need to subtract 2. So picker name -2. But now I'm using 1, so it's okay. -1 is fine. Because we need to arrange the items in descending order, it's going to be from the largest to the smallest. So if picked weight index is less than picked weight index plus 1, which is the next item in the array, then you need to switch their places because the bigger number should come first. So you just use the bubble sort concept where you put the item into the variable temp, and to picked weight index you put the next item, which is picked weight index plus 1, and then to the variable picked weight index plus 1 you just put the value that was in temp, and this switches their places. And notice that I did the same for temp2, which is for the names, because I want them to correspond to each other. So if the weight is changing, then the names should also change so that they're in one line, matching each other. And you end this code with next index. And your second condition is met.